Just as we did with the gender discrimination study and the opportunity cost study, we can simulate what type of difference we might see from chance alone under the null hypothesis. That is, we assume the null hypothesis is true, that there is no difference between the two groups, and we see what random chance will look like under this hypothesis. The way we can do that is we bring up the Rossmann Chance app, and then we enter the table in the upper left. So for this study it was 14, 11, 26, and 39. Click Use Table. And if we did that right, you see now right here the observed difference is 0.13. There's the point estimate. The right side, click Random. And I'll do 10,000. So there's 10,000 simulations, and I want to count the samples greater than or equal to 0.13. Now this isn't quite correct. Well, so we see that we end up with 0.1272, but technically we were doing a two-sided test. So in this case, for Rossmann Chance, we would choose beyond. And now you notice that both sides are now, you see both tails are considered. So we're going to end up with a p-value of 0.2410 right here. So p-value is 24% about. That certainly is evidence that, there's no evidence that there's a difference. 24% is about the same random chance as flipping two coins and getting both heads. So random chance is very likely under this scenario. That means there's no evidence that the blunt thinners helped or hurt. So here's one from the book. They repeated the simulation 10,000 times, and this is what they got. Again, you notice right now we start off with one tail. The right tail is about 0.12. And so contrary to how we calculated the p-value in previous studies, that's not the p-value. Because technically we're looking at a two-tailed test. And one way with Rossmann Chance, we'll go ahead and actually count the simulations. For us, we're going to do a little bit different, slightly different. So the p-value is defined as the chance we observe the result at least as favorable to the alternative hypothesis as the result we observe. In this case, any differences less than or equal to negative 0.13 would also provide equally strong evidence favoring the alternative hypothesis as a difference of positive 0.13. So a survival rate of negative 0.13 would correspond to 13% higher survival rate in the control group than the treatment group. So this is what it looks like in terms of a two-tailed test. When we use not equal to, we're going to be looking at both tails. For a two-tailed test, we take the single tail. The way we'll calculate it is we'll just figure out one tail and then times it by 2. So if we got 12% on one side, times it by 2 to get 24%. Or again, with what Rossmann Chance does is it actually just counts both tails separately. So we end up with a p-value larger than 0.05. We do not reject a null hypothesis. That is, we do not find statistically significant evidence that the blood thinner has any influence in the survival of patients who undergo CPR prior to arriving at a hospital.